Can you believe that just by changing the position of a pillow, an elderly person can sleep soundly as if they had never suffered from insomnia at all? There are hidden secrets in the bedrooms of older adults that we often overlook. A simple pillow, something that seems so ordinary, can actually be the key to unlocking the door to restful sleep if you know where to place it. No need for medication, no complicated therapies. Just one small change in pillow placement can help seniors sleep deeply and peacefully through the night, as if they had never struggled with tossing and turning. So why is the pillow so important? What happens when it is placed incorrectly? And what is the best pillow direction to activate the kind of energy flow that helps the elderly sleep better every night? In this video, we are going to explore a fascinating little secret one that blends modern understanding of elderly health with ancient principles of Eastern feng shui. You will learn how to turn a regular pillow into an invisible remedy that brings your loved ones into deep natural sleep without the need for a single pill. Before we dive in, take a moment to leave a positive affirmation in the comments section, like "I am ready to welcome restful sleep back into my life." Consider it a way to spark some good energy. And do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a helpful tip that could bring peace and wellness to the lives of the elderly each and every day. So why is it that just one pillow, when placed correctly, can create such a powerful difference in an older person's sleep? The answer lies at the intersection of science and feng shui, where a pillow does not just support the body, but also anchors the mind and vital energy. The pillow, something we all use without thinking, is quietly playing a surprisingly important role in how well older adults sleep. When positioned correctly, it becomes a source of comfort and healing. But if placed the wrong way, it can actually become the culprit behind those long, restless nights. From a physical perspective, an unsuitable pillow can cause all kinds of issues: a twisted neck, tense shoulders, or an unnaturally curved spine. These misalignments can press on nerves and lead to chronic aches and pains in the neck, upper back, and shoulders. For younger people, these problems might not be so noticeable, but for older adults who are already more sensitive and fragile, even a small misalignment can interrupt their sleep, leaving them more exhausted and sore in the morning than they were the night before. But the impact of a pillow is not just physical, it runs deep into the emotional and psychological well-being of seniors. Older people deeply crave a sense of security and comfort. When a pillow is placed correctly, not too high or too low, it gives the body a feeling of being supported and cared for. That sense of being cradled, of having something to lean on, taps into a very basic, very human need. It is this very feeling of being held and supported that helps the mind relax, allowing sleep to come naturally and peacefully. Perhaps the most intriguing explanation, however, comes from feng shui. In feng shui, a pillow is not just a headrest. It symbolizes a strong foundation for nighttime energy. When a pillow is placed firmly against a wall with the sleeper's head facing a positive direction, it creates a mountain support effect. This signifies stability and protection, shielding the sleeper from negative energy and helping them feel safe and grounded. On the other hand, if the pillow floats awkwardly in the middle of the bed, leans too far to one side, or has no solid backing at all, it creates what is called disruptive energy. Disruptive energy. And now that we truly understand just how important a pillow can be for an elderly person's sleep, it is time to dive into the most essential part: how to properly place the pillow. Method 1. Choose a primary pillow that truly suits the body of the elderly. Do not make the mistake of thinking that all pillows are the same, or that as long as it feels soft and comfy, it is good enough. Younger bodies are more resilient and can adapt to less than ideal sleeping positions. But for seniors whose joints are more fragile, muscles weaker, and spines more delicate, choosing the wrong pillow is like unknowingly pushing them into a long, restless night. First, let us talk about pillow height. According to traditional Eastern medicine and clinical experience, the ideal height for a senior's pillow is between 2.75 to 4 inches, which is about 7 to 10 centimeters. This height provides just enough support for the head and neck to maintain the spine's natural curvature. If the pillow is too high, the neck bends forward, compressing blood vessels and nerves around the neck and shoulders. On the other hand, if the pillow is too low, the head tilts downward, creating uneven pressure on the cervical spine and causing stiffness, numbness, or discomfort upon waking. Next is pillow material. Among the many options on the market, the best recommendation is memory foam. This material remembers the shape of the head and neck, adjusts to every movement, and keeps the neck in a fully relaxed position. Another great choice is orthopedic pillows, which are specially designed for seniors. These often have a dip in the center and raised edges to cradle the neck and support the head evenly. Absolutely avoid pillows that are too soft and easily collapse like low-quality cotton or feather pillows. These can sink too much under the weight of the head, removing any sense of balance and stability. For seniors, that sinking feeling does more than disrupt sleep. It can trigger anxiety and cause frequent awakenings during the night. A proper pillow does more than provide a soft spot for the head. It gives the elderly a deep sense of stability, protection, and comfort. Think of it as an invisible embrace around the neck and head, two of the most vulnerable areas of the aging body. This feeling of support helps them relax fully and fall into a peaceful, restful sleep. Method 2. Place the pillow against the wall with the head facing south or southeast. One of the most common mistakes people make when arranging a senior's bed is letting the pillow or even the bed itself float in the room without any backing. This creates a subconscious sense of being unanchored and unstable, which is a big factor in sleep quality for the elderly. In feng shui, the bed and especially the pillow is considered the center of nighttime life energy. If the headboard or pillow lacks solid support behind it, the sleeper may feel adrift in space, prone to vague anxiety, sudden awakenings, or a general sense of unease. This is not just psychological, it is the nervous system reacting to a lack of safety. So the first thing to do is push the pillow firmly against the wall. This way, the head and neck always have a stable backing, while lying down, creating the sensation of an energy wall behind you. In feng shui, this is called leaning on the mountain, symbolizing stability, grounding, and strong protection, both in life and in sleep. When seniors feel supported from behind their minds, naturally relax, making it easier to drift off into deep sleep. The next key factor, often overlooked, is the direction of the head while sleeping. Most people do not realize that the direction we face while sleeping greatly affects sleep quality, as it relates to how energy flows through our living space. This is especially important for seniors who have more sensitive nervous systems and weaker bodies. According to practical feng shui principles and modern biological rhythms, the best direction for a senior to face while sleeping is south or southeast. The south represents strong positive energy, which helps with blood circulation and calming the nervous system. The southeast carries a gentler, more soothing energy, ideal for those with sensitive emotions or anxious thoughts. On the other hand, directions like north, with heavier, colder energy, or northwest, which can chill the head and disturb sleep, should be avoided by seniors. These directions are especially bad for those who frequently wake during the night, struggle with insomnia, or suffer from vivid dreams. When placing the pillow, make sure it is not off-center from the bed or floating in the middle. The pillow should sit right in the middle of the headboard, aligned symmetrically with the body. This symmetry creates a strong sense of balance, which is mirrored in the mind, helping older adults feel secure and fall into deeper sleep more easily. Method 3. Add supportive side pillows. This step is often underestimated, even though it plays a major role in reducing pain, stabilizing the skeletal structure, and making sleep deeper and more comfortable. Seniors typically have weaker joints, less flexible muscles, and ligaments that can stiffen after staying in one position for too long. Without proper support during sleep, they may wake up after just a few hours with aching joints, cramps, or feelings of imbalance. This is where small, smartly placed side pillows make a big difference. If the person tends to sleep on their side, place a soft, thin pillow between the knees. This helps keep the thighs and hips aligned and prevents the pelvis from twisting, which can put stress on the lower back. It reduces the risk of back pain and helps the body stay in a neutral position, ideal for uninterrupted, restful sleep. If the person sleeps on their back, slide a small pillow under the knees so the legs bend gently. This posture relaxes the lower back muscles, reduces pressure on the lumbar spine, and eases common aches in that area for elderly people. Slight elevation of the knees also improves blood flow and helps with sensations like leg numbness or restlessness. You can also place a small pillow at the side if the elderly person feels lonely or tends to hug something while sleeping. Hugging a pillow brings a sense of warmth, safety, and psychological comfort. It helps calm unconscious worries that often emerge in the minds of seniors during the night. Though small, these side pillows are like silent helpers. They let the elderly rest without needing to strain or hold themselves in balance. When the muscles are relaxed, the joints are cushioned, and the mind feels calm. Sleep becomes easier, deeper, and truly restorative. Method 4. Keep the bed clean and the space open. Let us start with the simplest thing, a clean and tidy bed. Remove any extra pillows, plush toys, or items that are not truly necessary. For elderly people, the simpler the space, the more relaxed they feel. A bed that is open and uncluttered soothes the eyes and sends a clear message to the brain. It is time to rest. You can relax now. Next is something that seems small but has a big impact. Never store anything under the bed. In feng shui, the space beneath the bed should be clear, allowing energy to flow freely and creating a light, fresh energy field. If you stash luggage boxes, old clothes, or unused items underneath, this flow becomes blocked, creating stagnant energy. This kind of trapped energy can silently cause feelings of heaviness, fatigue, difficulty breathing, or shallow sleep. For elderly people whose vitality is already lower, this kind of blockage can cause them to wake up at night, dream excessively, or carry a feeling of exhaustion into the next day. Another crucial detail: do not place a mirror directly across from the bed, especially not at the headboard. In feng shui, mirrors reflect and amplify energy, but at night that energy can turn into a source of invisible disturbance. Seniors who sleep facing a mirror may feel disoriented, unsettled, or wake suddenly without knowing why. In fact, there have been many cases of chronic insomnia in elderly people caused by a single misplaced mirror, seemingly harmless but deeply disruptive to mental and emotional well-being. After you have completed every step, choosing the right pillow, placing it correctly, adjusting your sleeping direction, and clearing the space around your bed, it is time to pause. Take a deep breath and begin to experience the quiet miracle that unfolds in your sleep. Do not expect magic to happen in just one night. Your body and mind need time to process, to adapt to these new changes. But if you stay patient and stick to this new habit for just 3 to 5 consecutive nights, you may be surprised by what you begin to feel. Even on the very first night, you might notice it is easier to drift off. The gentle support under your neck, shoulders, and knees helps your body slowly relax. Those restless dreams or sudden awakenings may still happen, but maybe not as often. And by morning, you may feel a noticeable shift. Your mood feels lighter, your mind clearer, your body no longer weighed down by that heavy fatigue, that groggy, sluggish feeling you usually have in the morning. It may start to fade. And then you might begin to wonder if simply placing a pillow the wrong way can affect sleep so much. Then why is it that older adults are so prone to insomnia? What is really happening inside their bodies and minds that causes them to struggle night after night? As we age, our bodies go through quiet changes, some so subtle that we barely notice them. One of the most important, yet least obvious changes is the gradual drop in melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone that controls the body's internal clock. When we are young, our bodies produce it naturally each evening, signaling that it is time to wind down and fall asleep. But as we get older, melatonin production slows, making the line between day and night less clear. Seniors stop feeling that natural transition from day to night, which makes them more likely to wake in the middle of the night or lie awake for hours without being able to fall asleep. But it is not just melatonin. Older adults also battle persistent nagging pain in the neck, shoulders, back, and lower spine. One wrong sleeping position, a pillow that is slightly out of place, or even a small movement can leave them awake for hours. These small discomforts, which might seem minor to younger people, are enough to turn an entire night into a restless struggle for seniors. And then there is the emotional side of aging, a part that often goes unnoticed, yet quietly weighs heavy on the heart. Growing older almost always brings a quiet cloud of lingering thoughts and subtle worries. These can be about personal health concern for children and grandchildren, finances, or even the long echo of memories from the past that still shape how one feels in the present. Now combine all of that with the stillness of night, when everything outside goes quiet, and it becomes a powerful space where emotions rise with surprising intensity. Even when the body feels completely worn out, the mind of an older adult may remain wide awake, spinning through thoughts that loop endlessly, like walking upstream against the current of forgotten memories and silent anxieties. You might find this surprising, but let me share the story of Louise. She is 78 years old, lives alone, and had been suffering from severe insomnia for nearly 5 long years. Over that time, she had tried nearly everything in search of sleep prescription, sleeping pills, calming herbal teas, nightly meditation routines, even soothing background music. But no matter what she did, her nights followed the same frustrating pattern, waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning, heart racing, body restless, and a deep helpless feeling of not being able to return to sleep, no matter how exhausted she felt. Then one day something changed. Following a gentle piece of advice from a close friend, she made a single, seemingly small adjustment. She repositioned her pillow. That was it. No new expensive pillow, no fancy equipment. She simply moved her existing pillow so it was pressed firmly against the wall, adjusted her sleeping direction so her head was facing southeast, and placed a small, soft pillow under her knees when lying on her back. The first night, nothing too remarkable. But by the third night, something incredible happened. Louise slept through the night, uninterrupted all the way until the early morning. It was something she had not experienced in years, and it brought tears to her eyes. That quiet change became the first step toward reclaiming her peace, one night at a time. Another case is Michael, 82 years old, a retired Marine who had been struggling with sleeplessness since his 70s. He described his nights as being haunted by short dreams, waking up exhausted with his heart feeling worn out. Then his granddaughter, who was interested in feng shui, rearranged his sleeping setup. She positioned his pillow to face south, followed the mountain support principle by backing it against the wall, and cleared everything from underneath the bed. The result? After just 4 nights, Michael began falling asleep more easily and waking up without that dizzy, heavy feeling like someone had lifted an invisible burden off his chest. What is truly remarkable is that none of them made drastic changes. They did not need hospital visits or fancy sleep devices. All it took was a small intentional act, repositioning a pillow with awareness and respect for their own bodies. And through that one change, they reclaimed peaceful sleep, something they once thought had been lost for good. In the end, what you have just discovered is not just a simple tip. It is a reminder that real deep care often lies in the little things. A pillow, when placed in the right position, facing the right direction, and used with intention, does not just support the head and neck. It supports sleep, emotional well-being, and the overall health of our elders, often in ways we would never expect. You do not need complicated methods, expensive gadgets, or massive life changes. Just one small adjustment to the bed you already have could help you or someone you love sleep more deeply, more peacefully, and more safely every single night. So leave a comment below as a way to affirm your intention. Something like, "I choose peaceful sleep every night." Let it be a way to invite positive energy into your life and share it with others. And do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you will not miss more helpful insights about the health and emotional well-being of the elderly.